La Llorona, the curse of tears. In the heart of Mexico's vast and arid landscapes, where the hot wind carries dust and the whispers of ancient tales, one legend has been passed down for centuries. It's the story of a spirit condemned to a life of tears, a mournful wail echoing in the silent night. Her name was Marisa, but the people know her as La Llorona, the weeping woman. Long ago, in a time of simple lives, Marisa was the most beautiful woman in a small village on the banks of the Rio Grande. Her hair was as black as night, her eyes sparkled like stars, and her skin was as fair as a magnolia petal. Her beauty was famous far and wide, but it was overshadowed by her ambitious heart. She was never content with the simple life of a village girl, and she dreamed of a life of luxury, opulence, and a social standing far above her own. One day, fate brought a high-born nobleman to her village. He was the son of a wealthy aristocrat, handsome and possessed of a fortune as vast as the mountains. He was captivated by Marisa's beauty, and she in turn was enchanted by his wealth. They fell deeply in love and married, and Marisa entered the world she had always dreamed of. Her wedding dress was as beautiful as a white swan's wings, and her new life began in a grand, luxurious mansion nestled in a quiet valley. For a time, Marisa's life was full of happiness. She had a son and a daughter, bright and innocent as the flowers in her garden. Their laughter echoed through the mansion, but Marisa's desire for social acceptance from the high society of the big city remained unfulfilled, and a distance began to grow between her and her husband. As time passed, the nobleman grew tired of his rural life. He returned to his extravagant life in the city, leaving Marisa and her children behind. Loneliness, sadness, and resentment ate away at Marisa's heart. She became a bitter and envious woman. Whenever her husband returned home, he would not even look at her. He only had eyes for his children, taking them on trips and showering them with expensive gifts, as if Marisa didn't exist. This feeling of abandonment drove her to madness, and she began to see her children as the obstacles that had stolen her husband's love and happiness. One night, rage and insanity completely took over Marisa. She saw her husband happily visiting his children, and the feeling of jealousy became so intense it blurred her vision. She grabbed her children's hands and dragged them to the banks of the Rio Grande. The river's water was swift and dark, just like her blinded mind. She stood on the bank, staring at the terrifying water, and in a fit of madness, she pushed both of her children into the raging current. Their screams lasted only a moment before they were swallowed by the river's darkness, along with their pained cries for help. When her sanity returned, Marisa collapsed to the ground, utterly drained. The terrifying truth hit her with brutal force. She had committed the unforgivable sin of killing her own children. Overwhelmed with grief, tears of pain streamed down her cheeks. She walked along the riverbank screaming for her children. Her sobs echoed through the night, but the only reply was the echo of fallen wails. She continued to walk aimlessly before she finally threw herself into the same water that had taken her children's lives, hoping her spirit will be with them. But fate did not grant her peace. Her spirit was cursed to wander the rivers and lakes at night, searching for her lost children. Her wails echo in the darkness, filled with pain, sorrow, and a glimmer of hope. The sound sometimes gets close as if she's nearby, and sometimes it fades from a distance, carried by the wind. Villagers say her spirit appears on moonless nights in a soaked white dress. She stands by the water, head bowed, weeping as if her heart will break. When she lifts her head,
Her eyes are like burning embers, and her wails echo terrifyingly through the woods, causing people to flee in sheer terror. The most frightening thing is when her wails get close to the ears of children playing outside at night. The sound becomes a chilling warning that it is the sound of Llorona, searching for the next child to replace the one she lost. People teach their children never to play near water at night, for if they hear her weeping, they will be consumed by her mysterious and horrifying presence, and there will be no escape. The legend of La Llorona is more than just a story. It's a curse trapped in tears, a wail that never fades, and a fear that hides in the darkness of the night. It serves as a reminder of the consequences of actions born from jealousy and madness. No matter how long she weeps for her children, they will never return, and she will forever be burdened by this curse.